All right, I'm going to try something I've never done before. This is really fun. I'm excited. It was difficult to learn a new process because I had no idea how to compile your guys' comments and try to put them into a way that made sense and into a topic. It was a new process. It was really fun to learn. And I just want to say, I love you guys so very much. We are going to disagree, but that's natural. I think, again, my brother and I disagree all the time and we still love each other. I want to say, I really appreciate your guys' feedback. It was really fun to go through. You guys were actually incredibly respectful. I couldn't believe it. Comments on YouTube are awful. Comments on YouTube are gross and disgusting and terrible. And you guys were actually incredibly reasonable. And it was I was impressed. I was grateful. I was thankful. It was a ton of fun to go through the comments and try to see what you guys thought and what you guys believed. And we're going to talk about them. I'm going to probably disagree with you guys a lot. But I just want to say thank you so much for sharing your opinions. It was really an enjoyable process. There are basically 4 different types of comments I got. They were basically people saying they hated the Patriots fans. People said that the Patriots are cheaters. People said that people are jealous of the Patriots. And other people said they're simply tired of the Patriots' greatness. They're tired of the Patriots always dominating. So I want to jump into the first comment. This guy talked about how the Patriots cheat. The Patriots cheat all the time. He says Deflategate. He mentioned Preparygate, which he just made up, and he talked about Spygate. I thought that was interesting, but I really want to address Spygate and Deflategate. It's interesting with Deflategate. Every single team did it. You understand that, right? Every single team deflated footballs. The thing was, the NFL cracked down on the Patriots. The NFL does not, in my opinion, the NFL does not like the Patriots. And you would argue, well, the NFL, of course the NFL likes the Patriots, yada, yada. I don't know what you would argue, but there's a reason the NFL suspended Tom Brady. The NFL's not a fan of the Patriots. They don't like the way they bend rules. They're not into the Patriots. You can look at all the things that have happened to the Patriots over the years. Clearly, the NFL is not in favor of the Patriots. I don't know how you can look at what's gone on in New England and say, yeah, the NFL Roger Goodell loves the New England Patriots. No, he does not. So that's the first part. Deflategate. The other thing, man, Deflategate does not actually help you play football. I know you can argue it's easier to throw the ball. It's easier to catch the ball. I don't know. I don't really buy that. But I got to say, if Deflategate really it doesn't make that much of a difference because Tom Brady still had to read defenses. You don't understand. Deflating a football by a fourth, maybe 0.4 PSI does not make Tom Brady any better at reading defenses. He still shredded every team he played by reading their cover 2, by breaking down man coverage. I mean, I'm just saying, the thought that somehow Deflategate made them win a ton of games is so unreasonable and silly. You still had to prepare. You still had to do all the stuff that involves football. So even if, sure, maybe it did make the ball easier to throw. Maybe it did make the ball easier to catch. That was not the reason why the Patriots won games. The Patriots won games with technique and knowing the game better. Tom Brady shredded defenses because he knew where he had to go with the ball. He reads defenses incredibly. That's why Tom Brady had a great season, not because of deflating a football or two. That's ridiculous and absurd. Now I want to talk about Spygate. First of all, get over Spygate. You realize how much success the Patriots have had after Spygate? If Spygate was really that important, the Patriots would have fallen off a cliff the minute they struggled. The minute you crack down on Spygate, the Patriots dynasty should have ended. Oh, but guess what? It didn't. Yeah, they went on to they've won to 4 Super Bowls since. They've won 2 of them. They lost 2, but man, they went 16-0 after Deflategate was cracked, after Spygate was cracked down on. So Spygate was not that important of a thing. It's ridiculous. It drives me nuts that people still believe that. And Spygate wasn't even that big of a deal anyways. Even if you can, maybe Spygate, maybe crack down on it if you want. But many teams in the NFL also did Spygate. That's what's funny, man. They put a camera in the wrong spot. And when you really break it down, Bill Belichick's argument made sense, that the NFL said, the NFL changed the rule. And if you read, I'm going to find, the NFL changed one of the rules regarding filming other teams. And I didn't understand why people were so hard on them, because the Patriots said they simply did not understand one of the rules. They didn't interpret one of the rules correctly. So I'm pulling up a link because I found a link where it was a direct quote from the league talking about Spygate, saying, this is the rule we're changing. And Bill Belichick's argument was, hey, I interpreted the rule as this. I interpreted the rule as something that you couldn't do game to game. So I'm pulling it up right now. Here is the the very simple quote the NFL gave about Deflategate. It's right here. And another thing too, by the way, I'm up on Bleacher Report. I'll put a link down below to this website I'm on. A guy for the Kansas City Chiefs talked about they were trying to film signals too, but they couldn't figure out how to make it work. Other teams film signals all the time. So this is the rule, that the memo the NFL sent out about Spygate, about filming other teams' signals. There's no video recording devices of any kind are permitted to be used in the coach's booth, on the field, or in the locker room during the game. During the game. All video shooting locations must be enclosed on all sides with a roof overhead. Any use by any club at any time from the start to finish of any game in which such club is participant, of any communications or information gathering equipment other than Polaroid type cameras or field telephones shall be prohibited, including without limitation videotape machines, telephone tapping or bugging devices, or any other form of electronic devices that might, now here listen closely, that might aid a team during the playing of a game. So that's pretty clear. Don't use something during the game and film it. Now, here's what Bill Belichick said. My interpretation was that you can't utilize anything that assists you during the game. Now, during the game, he's saying, I thought it meant I couldn't use something in that game that affects the same game. What our camera guys do is clearly not allowed to be used during the game and has never been used during that game it was shot. We were penalized because we thought that, so Bill Belichick saying, we thought we couldn't use that footage and use it again in the same game. We didn't realize we couldn't use that footage and use it next week or later down the road. Once we realized, this is again continuing the quote, once we were penalized, the practice was immediately stopped. So look, I think that, maybe Spygate is all, maybe he did steal signals. Maybe Bill Belichick didn't actually care. But I like that Bill Belichick's thinking outside the box. And maybe it's all bullcrap. Maybe he didn't actually misinterpret the rule. Maybe he was trying to push it the limit as far as he could. But I think that's awesome. I have an outside the box perspective on cheating. I really do. I don't think cheating's as bad as people make it out to be. I am always looking for any edge or any way to be successful. And if you cheat and don't get caught, in my opinion, you beat the system. I don't know. I'm going to tell you guys a story. I had a project once in high school where what we told our teacher was that we were going to make a ton of flyers and massive email them and then hand them out to a ton of people. We said we mass emailed them. We did not. And we went down to Portland, downtown Portland, and we took pictures with strangers holding our flyer that we printed up, and we said we handed out about 200 flyers. In reality, we actually only we printed maybe 20. We didn't hand out any. We just took pictures with people holding our flyer. And it's funny because the teacher wasn't thorough enough. We got an A on the project because the teacher didn't actually follow up with anything we said we did. We beat the system. And I know this is a weird outside the box perspective on cheating. In my opinion, if you can beat the system, hey, you win. I really believe that. I know that's weird. I'm not encouraging cheating. I'm not trying to. But if you can find a better, more efficient way to do it, hey, power to you. Now, this has nothing to do with football, but again, if you can take advantage of poor systems, hey, you're smart, you're efficient, you're doing a great job. Now, if you get caught, if I'd gotten caught in high school, I was willing to deal with the penalties because I knew what I was doing. I knew I would have to deal with that. But I didn't. I beat the system. And if you can beat the system, awesome. So maybe, again, even if Spygate is completely true, the Patriots were just looking for any way to win, any edge to beat a system, and I actually respect that. Cutting corners, finding an edge. I don't know. I appreciate efficiency. Sometimes, it's proof you want to win more. If you do everything in your power to win, I think that's pretty cool. It shows you're really hungry and want to win. Again, I cheated in high school, and bite me. Maybe you hate that, but you probably cheated in high school too. Let's be honest. Let's be very honest. You're telling me you never cheated once in high school? I don't know. I know that's not really related to football, but I have a different perspective on cheating than I think a lot of you guys do. It's not the worst thing in the world. If you can find a way to beat a bad system, hey, go for it. I really believe that. Now, the next type of comment we got was, I'm tired of the New England Patriots. And I'm going to read a couple comments now. So the Patriots cheated. They talked about how the Patriots cheated in the game. I didn't think the Patriots really cheated in the Jaguars game. I don't know. I know that there were 6 penalties to 1. The Jaguars had 6 penalties called on them. The Jaguars had 1. I can only really recall the pass interference penalty before halftime. That was controversial maybe, but I think there was contact. And I remember the penalty on Rob Gronkowski. I mean, 6 penalties to 1. There's not 6 penalties is not that much. Is it possible the Patriots just played really clean football? Is that maybe possible? I don't know. I just think it's interesting that we're so quick to say the Patriots paid the refs in the Jaguars game. The Patriots did not pay the refs. And now there's all these videos circulating that the referees were congratulating the Patriots after the game. Well, no, I don't really agree with that, because I'll be honest, if I had the chance to say, hey, Tom Brady, good job, I'm doing it. You're telling me if Michael Jackson walks in the room and you're like, hey, man, great concert, you're not going to tell him good job? Like, I don't know. If you have a chance to interact with the Tom Brady, I'm going to take it. I really am. I don't know. And you remember like that. Remember the call, that fumble, that James White fumble? He rolled over and it fell into Miles Jack's hands. They reviewed that and they didn't turn it over. If the NFL was really biased, if the refs and the NFL really wanted to help the Patriots out, that play would not have gone in the Jaguars' favor. Again, I believe the NFL hates the Patriots. I really do. Okay, so now this guy says, I don't hate the Patriots, but I know why people do. One, I think it's because the perception is they cheat. And two, people are just tired of them. And that was Butt Poop said this. And he said I could use his name. I think that's a great name. That's a great name. His name is Poop Butt. And not Poop B-U-T-T. It's Poop Butt. Like Poop Butt? Yeah. Poop Butt what? I don't know. I like that name though. And someone else goes on to say they're too dominant. I'm mad about Spygate. I want to see other teams. Luckily, the Niners, my favorite team, got Jimmy Garoppolo. Let's go. I kind of get this. I kind of understand why people are tired of the Patriots, but not fully. Like, again, I admire hard work and preparation, and I want to live in a world where hard work and preparation gets rewarded. If you didn't work your butt off, if you didn't work harder than the Patriots, if you didn't prepare harder, I don't want you to beat the Patriots. I like a system that rewards hard work and preparation. Because like I'm in a class right now called Com 300. It's the hardest class I'll ever take in my life. And I don't know how, I'm not a good writer. I'm terrible with punctuation. I misspell names all the time. It's one of my flaws. But I know this. I will pass the class because I can prepare. I can study. Hard work and preparation, that's the only edge I have. I'm a terrible writer, but I can out-prepare. I have a quiz tomorrow. I can out-prepare everybody else in this class. I can study harder than you. I can practice more than you, and I can do hard work and preparation. If I can do those things, I can succeed, and I want systems that rewards hard work and preparation. Like, if you're damn good, I want you to succeed. I want people like the Patriots, people who have that kind of work ethic. I want a system that rewards that. So maybe you're tired of the Patriots, but I don't know. I'm glad the NFL is a kind of system that if you do the work, if you are smarter, if you work harder than everybody else, you win and succeed. Someone else on Facebook said this. They said, as a Vikings fan, honestly, I'm just salty. There's no other reason for my disdain. I like that. Like, at least you're honest. I appreciate, that's very brief. I just appreciated that comment. I thought it was really funny. Now, all in all, 5, 6, and 7, I have these numbered. This guy says, I'm a humble Patriots fan. Why do people hate the Patriots? Jealousy. And this goes hand in hand with being tired of them. I get it. Like, you want your team in the Super Bowl. If you're a Browns fan, you're watching the Patriots in the Super Bowl every single year, and you're just like, why can't that be my team? Or if you're the Steelers and you always lose to the Patriots, you're like, God, he's back again? Tom Brady's in the Super Bowl again? Are you kidding me? So again, this goes hand in hand with you're tired of the Patriots winning. If you're jealous of the Patriots, which many people are, nothing wrong with that. I understand wanting to see your team in the playoffs and being tired of the Patriots. This guy says, because my team, the Patriots, win championships, and they use unknown players in September that become stars in February. They use players nobody wants and make jewels of it. And I love this comment because it's so true. You think about who are the best receivers Tom Brady's ever had. He had Randy Moss at the end of his career for I think it was 2 seasons, like 1.5 seasons. He had Rob Gronkowski, who's often injured, but Rob Gronkowski's fantastic. And the third best receiver Tom Brady's ever had is Brandon Cooks. Like, he has not had, you can talk about Joe Montana all you want, but Joe Montana had Hall of Famer after Hall of Famer around him. Like, here are the guys that have been outstanding recently for the Patriots. Chris Hogan, Wes Welker, LeGarrette Blount. Julian Edelman played quarterback in college at Kent State. LeGarrette Blount, the running back a couple years ago, Nobody wanted to touch him. He played for Oregon and he punched a guy. He straight up decked a player for Boise State. Nobody wanted LeGarrette Blount. The Patriots like, we'll take him. We'll develop him. Rex Burkhead has been a star with the Patriots. James White. Have you ever heard of James White before the Patriots? I didn't. I had no idea who he was. And he was like the star of the Super Bowl last year. The strength of the Patriots is they find guys and say, what are you good at? How can I highlight what you're good at and use that to help us win? And that's so cool. That is what the Patriots do incredibly. They maximize the potential of everybody they have. Now, the next, I want to read another comment. It was about how, this guy said the Patriots have really annoying fans. And this other guy said, I actually can't stand the Eagles fan base, so I hope they lose. People hate the Patriots fans and people hate the Eagles fans. If you don't like fans, this is a bad year for you because it's a weak argument either way. Like, the Patriots fans have been awful and arrogant for a decade, and Eagles fans have been awful in this playoff run. They've been terrible. So you got to remove your emotion from it. You got to forget the fans, because for both sides, Eagles fans and Patriots fans, they're all bad. So either you just hate the Super Bowl and you don't care about either team, or you say, look, I can forget about the fans. Eagles fans suck. Patriots fans suck. Take your emotion out of it and say, who do you like better as an organization? That's what I've decided to do. I admire the Patriots. I'm rooting for the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Here's another comment. It's very interesting. I'm tired of people acting like we're supposed to bow down at the altar of all things Tom Brady. I love this. The NFL will not miss him. When he quits, the NFL will be a better place. God forbid you say something other than that he's God. I hope Philly shuts him up and the rest of those entitled Patriots. By the way, this guy says, I'm a Bills fan. No team has had sand kicked in their face by the Patriots more than the Buffalo Bills. This guy's incredibly bitter. I don't blame him at all. I don't know if the NFL's better when Tom Brady leaves the NFL, but I know it will be better for you. As a Bills fan, yes, the NFL will be better for you when Tom Brady leaves, because the Bills have been destroyed year in and year out by Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. Now, I don't think the Patriots are entitled. That's silly and that's inaccurate. I think the fans are entitled. Tom Brady, James White, Rob Gronkowski, those guys are not, Julian Edelman, those guys are not entitled. Bill Belichick is not entitled. Patriots fans are entitled. The people who like the Patriots, the people that post on Facebook, suck it, everybody, my team's better than yours. Those people are entitled. The people that are angry when their team goes 11-5, and most teams in the NFL will be so happy when their franchise win 11-5. The ungrateful fans, that's what a lot of New England Patriot fans are. Those people are entitled. The Patriots themselves, the team, the New England Patriots, is not entitled. It's the fans. This guy writes in, he says, I hate Tom Brady. Fair enough. That's personal preference. Again, I find Tom Brady inspiring. I talked about it earlier on the show. If you hate Tom Brady, I don't know. I don't know how I'd see it maybe. Like, he's pretty boy. He had the tuck rule. I get it, maybe. But, I don't know. I don't hate Tom Brady. Maybe you do. I don't. This is a long thread. I'm gonna post it. I'm trying to post. Hopefully, I'll post all of the quotes in this video. This is a long thread, and I'm not gonna read it. But I want to comment on it because the gist of it is that, under the video titled, Why Does Everyone Hate the Patriots? There's a long thread of people, and go read it. The gist was, Tom Brady's really lucky. Joe Montana is the real GOAT. And the guy references the tuck rule, the Seahawks throwing on the 1 yard line, and he talks about how the Falcons threw the ball at the end of the game last year instead of running. And he says Tom Brady's incredibly lucky. He wouldn't have all these Super Bowls unless Tom Brady got incredibly lucky. Now, I would counter that by saying, well, the Giants also got incredibly lucky. They had the David Tyree catch and the Mario Manningham catch. So I don't know that you can argue Tom Brady's incredibly lucky without mentioning, so are the teams that beat Tom Brady. And I don't know, if you've won 5 Super Bowls, they can't all be luck. Like, if you maybe you have a fluke once. You get really lucky, you hit a three-pointer, you're like, wow, that's incredible. I can't believe I hit a three-pointer. But if you hit 20 three-pointers in a row, that's not luck. You're a good three-point shooter. If you do something that many times in a row, it's not luck anymore. Tom Brady's won 5 Super Bowls. Nobody wins 5 Super Bowls and is lucky. So all those people saying, Tom Brady, the luckiest player of all time, nonsense. That's ridiculous. You can't win 5 Super Bowls and be lucky. It just doesn't happen. You can't be lucky that many times in a row. Nobody's that lucky. That's impossible. And the other thing, I respect Joe Montana. A lot of people say that he's the greatest quarterback of all time, especially my fan base. I understand why you guys feel that way. You're mostly 49ers fans. I believe, and I'm open to debate, I believe Tom Brady is the greatest of all time. I think Joe Montana is actually the second best quarterback of all time. Here's my argument. Remember, Tom Brady not only has more Super Bowls, Joe Montana has 4, Tom Brady has 5. He's been to more Super Bowls. He's, 5-2 in Super Bowls. But he also has won 5 Super Bowls, more Super Bowls than Joe Montana ever won, with less talent around him. Joe Montana had a ton of talented guys. Tom Brady did not. I think that's pretty objective and fair. Also, I'd make this argument. The 49ers, this guy said that the 49ers had tougher competition than the New England Patriots. He talked about the Dallas Cowboys, other teams back in the day in the 90s. When Joe Montana was winning and Steve Young was winning, that whenever Joe Montana was winning, I'm sorry, I'm not as educated as I wish I was. When he said that the 49ers, when they were winning Super Bowls, had a tougher division, the NFC was tougher than Tom Brady's ever dealt with. I would counter, remember that Tom Brady won 5 Super Bowls in the Peyton Manning era, in the era where Big Ben, a Hall of Fame quarterback, also played in his division. Look at who he went through almost every year to go to the Super Bowl. He beat Peyton Manning or Big Ben almost every year, and not to mention Joe Flacco, not a great quarterback, but the Ravens have been good. He beat Ray Lewis to get in the Super Bowl very often as well. That's stiff competition if you ask me. The next guy says this. He's got a 49ers perspective. I thought it was really cool. He said, I don't hate the Patriots. In fact, I respect them. Especially after the Patriots traded Jimmy Garoppolo to the Niners. I don't want to see them pass us in Super Bowl numbers, though. If it happens, I hope we get to the 7th ring first. So I think the 49ers have 6 Super Bowl rings. The Patriots will now have 6 if they win this weekend. And he says, I hope we can get to the 7th one first. I think it's actually very possible. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is a fantastic quarterback. I am so glad. I am so happy that the 49ers got Jimmy Garoppolo. I respect Jimmy Garoppolo, and I'm really rooting for the 49ers. I like what the 49ers are doing. I want to say that. So next one is this. I'm not going to read this. This is it's really long, and I think it's beautifully put. I think it's better if you go read it. I'll put it up on video if you're watching. So pause it, read it if you want. Basically, the gist of this is she's from Brazil, where there are a ton of crazy, delusional, awful fans. And she is also a Patriots. She's from Brazil, but she's a Patriots fan, and she's around all these crazy Brazilian soccer fans. And as a Patriots fan, she points out, she recognizes that, A, the Patriots fan base is incredibly spoiled, and they're awful, they rub it in your face. And she talks about how bandwagon fans and media exposition come from the Patriots' success. Now, I'm not going to read all of it. I will read the third part of it. She says, we're the biggest Super Bowl winners of the last 18 years with people other than... We're the biggest Super Bowl winners of the last 18 years with people other teams passed on because the Patriots are undoubtedly a system where hard work does pay off. It's hard to understand how a team full of players ranked B and C and a handful of A's at best manages to win. So she's talking about how a team like the Patriots, who are not like the Steelers have 3 Hall of Famers, stars everywhere. The Patriots do not. They have Rob Gronkowski, Tom Brady, and Brandon Cooks maybe, but they're not a star-studded team. It's incredible how a team of mostly average players and a couple stars can win this many championships over and over and over again. I agree. I think it's incredibly awesome. I think it's great to point out. And I want to say this person left an eloquent, beautiful comment, and I hope we need more people like that on YouTube who leave deep, thoughtful, respectful, awesome comments. I love this. I thought it was awesome, and I could not agree more. Next, Andrew gave me permission to say his name. I think he said this. I think I would have to put it into one thing. That's that the Patriots never give fans from other teams a narrative to root for during the playoffs. Other than Tom Brady's origin story, which is of no consequence to the current average fan, the Patriots are always the favorites. What's worse is that over the decade or so of dominance by the Patriots, a lot of teams with good narratives, like being the underdog, having a replacement quarterback, or having a new unorthodox quarterback, in quotes, Russell Wilson, those teams have been beaten by the Patriots, leading to now where so many fans have had their teams eliminated by the Patriots and or other playoff teams offers a more attractive narrative to root for a neutral football fan. You would expect to find general dislike for the Patriots. So what he's saying is people are getting, the narrative of the Patriots has been so done through over and over. Like if you watch the same Star Wars movie over and over and over again, you get sick of it. Like we've seen this plot line over and over again. We're tired of it. We want new storylines. And yet the Patriots, every time there's a new storyline, the Patriots knock them out of the playoffs, or their greatness outshines other people's storylines. That makes sense to me. That actually is probably the best argument for why people are tired of the Patriots. If I saw the same movie every night, by like the sixth time, I'd be like, dude, go away. I do not want to watch Revenge of the Sith 6 nights in a row. So actually, I'm starting to understand why people. I'm changing my mind live on the podcast. I never understood why people were tired of the Patriots until this moment. It's just watching the same movie every night in a row. I'm tired of the same movie. The Patriots are just a storyline. People are tired of the Patriots storyline. That makes sense to me. A guy says this. I don't like the Patriots because they make winning look easy. Well, yeah, they not really, but they do. Also, I don't like them because their coach isn't on my team. That's honest. I like that. They are masters of in-game transitions. Yes, they are. The Patriots are incredible. I would love to see what halftime looks like in the Patriots locker room. I would kill for that. He goes on to say that halftime must be magical in their locker room because they almost always have a better second half and figure out what the other team is doing even before they do it. Like Saban bringing out an untested freshman in the national championship game. Those two coaches, Belichick and Saban, are heads above the rest. And he also says the word hate does not belong in sports. I don't know. I use the word hate. Dislike is one thing. I do say I hate a lot of things. Like I hate most motivational speakers. I think they're scam artists, but whatever. We'll talk about this next. This is now that's it for the Patriots comments. I just want to say I appreciate you guys commenting. I do have more comments I'm going to read. I have a couple more real quickly. But thank you so much, man. I just could not believe how respectful and how nice you guys were. It was awesome. So I do have 2 comments left to read. This guy's commenting on, I said that the Patriots, I've said many times that the Browns should draft Sam Darnold and should not draft Josh Allen, the Wyoming quarterback. This guy says this. How about no quarterback? Why do people think the Browns need to draft a quarterback? No young quarterback will make the Browns better. You guys are all stupid. Pick the best players at 1 through 4, and then pick a quarterback later, like the second round. We need talent and cannot reach for a quarterback. Get Alex Smith or Kirk Cousins at free agency, or any veteran quarterback to build up your team. Because face it, we will be picking in the top 10 again next year. I don't know that that's necessarily true. I think you could have a great season and beat the top 10. Also, I think there's one statement that's really, really dumb. I like the idea of, so first, what I like the idea of picking Alex Smith or Kirk Cousins up in free agency. That's a smart move. Because again, Kirk Cousins is a known commodity. Alex Smith, you know what he's capable of. Like I get coffee at Starbucks, not because it's great coffee, but because I know what I'm getting. It's reliable and dependable. I think that's very important. What I don't agree with is like, he says we need to wait to get a quarterback in the second round. No, that's a terrible idea. If you don't get Alex Smith or Kirk Cousins, you have to draft a quarterback. You really do. Like, how did the second round draft pick Deshaun Kaiser work out for you guys? Oh, I didn't? Oh, Deshaun Kaiser's terrible? Yeah. Don't forget, the quarterback you currently have was a second round draft pick. No, if you have a number 1 overall pick a quarterback. That's a great move. Unless you can sign Alex Smith or Kirk Cousins in free agency. And that leads me to the last comment. This guy says, want to know who's overrated? Kirk Cousins. And he's not wrong. So he actually commented on my video talking about how Jimmy Garoppolo's stats don't tell the entire story of Jimmy Garoppolo. How Jimmy Garoppolo has a lot more to offer than just his stats. He's right. Kirk Cousins he throws for tons of yards every year, but he doesn't deliver when it matters most. I said we knew that, Alex Smith and Kirk Cousins are known commodities. What that means is we know they haven't delivered when it matters, right? Kirk Cousins has not made it happen when it matters most. They're always on the edge. They're very close, but he can't seem to make it happen. Alex Smith in the playoffs this year blew it. He had the best roster in the entire NFL, and he couldn't make a Super Bowl push. That is terrible. That doesn't work. That's not right. I somewhat agree. I think Kirk Cousins is overrated. I think he's the right answer for the Browns because the Browns will get a guy they understand, and they can use their draft picks to get great players. Like, because if you take a risk on Sam Darnold or Josh Rosen or Josh Allen, maybe Baker Mayfield, you have no idea what you're getting. You don't actually know. Maybe they're a bust. Kirk Cousins is not a bust. Kirk Cousins can play good football. So if you can sign Alex Smith or Kirk Cousins, they probably get Alex Smith because Kirk Cousins probably goes somewhere more desirable. I do think if you can sign a free agent quarterback, the Browns should do that. The Browns should sign a free agent quarterback if they can. If you can't sign a free agent quarterback, yeah, you have to draft a quarterback. You can't wait till the second round. All right, that has been this whole comment section. I hope this is interesting. I have no idea how this plays. I'm talking to myself at 1 a.m. So if you guys enjoy it, please tell me. Comment below. Tell me what you thought of this. Thank you so very much for listening to Strong Opinion Sports. You can subscribe to Strong Opinion Sports on iTunes, on SoundCloud, and on YouTube. You can find the full entire podcast on YouTube. You can also find my best, most interesting clips on YouTube. Tell your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. If you like this podcast, share it on Facebook, on Twitter, on Reddit, wherever you share links with your friends. Tell your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. It would help me tremendously with growing my podcast. Again, thank you so very much, and have a great day, everybody. Ba-dum-bum. Bam.